graduated in 1993. That was a long time ago before all you guys were born, but coming back here gives me goosebumps. Woodlands is one of the greatest memories I have, starting in grade 7 and 8, going into high school. When I was your age, a little older, grade 9, 10, 11, 12, we even had OAC back in the day, grade 13. You guys probably don't know what that is. I went out for every single sport. Soccer, basketball, football, track, volleyball, just about everything that we had back then. And like the person who I am today is all because of playing sports and going to this school. Everyone says their school is the best, but I'm honestly going to say going to this school was the greatest thing that I could have done. I think if I would have went anywhere else, I wouldn't have become the athlete I am today. Coming back here to see my pictures on the wall and banners just brings back memories. That track, long jump, jumping up the pit, training with my favorite coach, Mr. Christie. He is a great coach and mentor, and he helped me become the sprinter and track athlete that I was back in those days. And another teacher who I'll never forget is Mr. Law, Peter Law. He was like so good to all of us, my brother, my sister, a lot of my friends who went to this school. We still talk to this day. Every year he'll make a trip from Thunder Bay and come visit me at my gym. So, I keep in contact with a lot of teachers and people that used to go to this school. So, I had a speech I was going to give you guys, but I'm just going to speak from the heart because I have a story to tell. Okay, I'm not going to take a lot of time, but I want you guys to know my story. So, when I went to this school, there was a lot of hype, and I was supposed to probably be the next Bo Jackson, they used to say. So, in 1993, there wasn't a lot of Canadians getting scholarships, but I had Michigan, Penn State, Illinois, a bunch of teams and coaches came to talk to me here. So when I was a teenager, I didn't realize the talent I had, so I kind of took it for granted. So, scholarship offers were there, but my grades weren't there because I never took school as serious as I did with my sports. So this is another lesson I want you guys to know. So no matter how good an athlete you are, if you're not getting the grades, you're not going to get a scholarship, you're probably not going to pass the SATs, and even going pro is not a guarantee. So you should focus on your education just as much as you focus on your sports. That's something I tell my two sons that are here and all the athletes who come to my gym. I even have a rule: if you're not doing well in school, you don't get to train until I see an improvement. So always take school serious, okay? So I went to prep school, did well there, had a few scholarships, but because I didn't have the mindset I have today, I would always come back home. If a coach got me upset or for whatever reason, I didn't stick it out. So fast forward, the Argos, they said, my agent at the time was like, Granville could run a 4.340. And I remember they were laughing, they're like, there's no way that's true. So they said, if he runs a 4.340, we'll sign him. So 1997, I go, I train, I run for them, and I run some routes, I ran the 4.3. I get my first contract from the Toronto Argonauts, $20,000, okay? That's how much they used to pay. And the thing about it, it didn't end up the way I wanted it. So I was very athletic, but when I saw the playbook, I was like, whoa, what is this? So I got cut from the Argos, and then I just kept trying for years, going to different teams. I even had an NFL tryout, but just for whatever reason, it wasn't meant to be. So, once I took a break from football, I decided to become a personal trainer, open up a gym. My gym is called Athletic Leaders. So I was doing that, but at the young age of 32, I decided to make one final try to go back to CFL. So Joe Palpa was a coach, and a bunch of these coaches, they were doing just like the Argos. They started laughing and they were like, there's no way this 32-year-old can run a 4.2 and blah, blah, blah. So I drove to the Dome in Ottawa. They gave me like 5 minutes to warm up, and lo and behold, I ran a 4.24. They said, okay, something must be wrong, do it again. I ran a 4.24 again, so I left home with a contract for the Ottawa Renegades. But I get to training camp, and another thing that I never used to do when I was younger was warm up properly, stretch. So they were like, oh my gosh, you're so athletic, but you're always hurt. So I got cut from the Ottawa Renegades. So after that, I just decided to train full-time. So another lesson for you guys, work on your mobility, work on your flexibility. It's not just about lifting and being fast and explosive. If you want to be the full package and don't get injured, mobility and flexibility are just as important. So, to make a long story short, the Toronto Star did a documentary about me in 2018, and I came back here and they were like, Granville Mayor's the best athlete you've never heard of. Because if you didn't know me, you'd never would know my story. But the whole point of my message to tell you guys is at 42 years old, I found something that I love. I've been powerlifting for the last 8 years. So even though I didn't make the NFL and pro football and maybe go to the Olympics because I was a track star too, I ended up winning world championships and setting over 50 drug-free world records in my 40s. And I'm happy to tell you guys today, I'm turning 50 on July 14th, but I'm the strongest I've ever been. So you never... So never stop believing. Mindset is very important. Be coachable, have a great attitude, and just do the work. So I know I'm going to see some of you guys one day on the TV, or I'm going to hear about stories about how far you're going to go in your athletics. So just remember to have a strong mindset, a great attitude, and be coachable, and be like me. As long as I'm breathing, I will always come back to the school. I love the school. I love being an alumni. I'm here for all you guys. If you ever, my gym is 5 minutes down the road. Anyone that went to Woodlands will get a great deal with me, but just know I will always, always be a Woodlands Ram. And thank you guys for letting me tell you my story.